Welcome to Sports Night in Auburn. I'm Vince Wolfram.
And I'm Johnsen. We have a lot in store for you guys tonight. Baseball and softball season is back and into full swing, and women's tennis success continues. All this and much more tonight on Sports Night in Auburn.
Friday was opening day at Plainsman Park. Auburn baseball kicked off the weekend Friday night with an 8-4 win over Indiana. In his collegiate debut, freshman Ike Irish led the way at the plate with 3 hits, including an RBI double in the 5th inning that extended the lead to 7-4. On the mound, John Armstrong turned in a career-high 3.1 scoreless innings, allowing just 1 base runner to reach while striking out 3.
Then on Saturday afternoon, with Joseph Gonzalez leading the way on the mound, the Tigers clinched the series with a 6-1 win. The junior picked up right where he left off, and in Saturday's contest, he needed only 41 pitches to get through 5 scoreless innings. The Tigers did not sweep the series, however. They fell into the Hoosiers 11-2 in the series finale on Sunday. Here is Eagle Eye's Zach Card's exclusive take on Sunday's game.
I'm here in Plainsman Park, where Auburn baseball is trying to get its first series sweep of the season against the Indiana Hoosiers. The Tigers are trying to fight back in this one from the beginning, but inevitably fall short. Let's get into those highlights. Auburn superfan known as the Helmet Man throwing out the first pitch and getting the crowd hyped ahead of the game. First inning, and the Hoosiers come out swinging. Bases loaded with 1 out. Carter Matheson gets a hold of this one deep right field, and it's a grand slam for Indiana to open this one up and to set the tone for the rest of the game. Hoosiers up 4-0 early in this one. Next, we head to the second inning. Hunter Jesse, the Hoosiers' top hitter from just a season ago, finds the left field gap, advances a runner to third, and slides into second base safe. Next play, Josh Pine up to bat, sends one to deep left field. Bobby Pierce able to get under it, but a sacrifice fly, and the runner from third scores. Indiana up 5. Top of the third, Matheson up to bat again and gets another hit, this time just mere inches away from the foul pole, and Matheson slides into second safely. Still top of the third, just a few plays later, and Peter Cerruto lays down the bunt, but relief pitcher Parker Carlson able to get to it and make the glove flip to catch Matheson out at home to prevent a run. Doesn't matter though, as Philip Glasser, who scored the last run for Indiana, sends this one up the middle to send another Hoosier in to score. Indiana gets 3 more runs in the third to give them some cushion for the rest of the game. Auburn playing catch up here in the fourth. Bryson Ware squares this one up to shallow center field, bringing Ike Irish in to score. Ware and Irish are both hitting over 500 in this series. Top of the 7th, and Hunter Jesse up to bat again, sends this one to the War Eagle wall, and Bobby Pierce unable to get under this one. 2 more insurance runs for Indiana. Pine up to bat again, but here's Kason Howell making a diving defensive play to end the inning. And that'll do it for today. Auburn falls 11-2. This game definitely not what the Tigers were hoping for, but a series win is a good stepping stone to go into the season. Next week, they have a midweek matchup against North Alabama in Huntsville on Tuesday, and then they travel to LA over the weekend for a matchup against Southern California. Reporting for Eagle Eye TV, I'm Zach Card.
In other Tiger baseball news, Ike Irish was named SEC Freshman of the Week after his first weekend in an Auburn uniform. The Hudsonville, Michigan native served as designated hitter, recording a hit and a double in all 3 games this weekend. He recorded multiple hits in 2 of the 3 games against the Hoosiers.
Sophomore John Armstrong and senior Chase Isbell were named to the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association Stopper of the Year Award watch list. Last year, the duo was critical in Auburn's success during the postseason. After last night's 13-1 win over North Alabama and Rocket City, Butch Thompson and company are back in action this weekend. Due to weather issues in Los Angeles, the Tigers will now host the Trojans in Plainsman Park. First pitch is scheduled for Friday night at 6.
Jumping from one diamond to the other, number 20 Auburn softball hosted the Tiger Invitational and swept all 5 games. In Friday's doubleheader, the girls took down Austin P 11-1 and then Villanova 8-0 right after. The Tigers then picked up a pair of wins on Saturday with another win over the Wildcats, 9-3, and then Dayton right after, 10-2. Rounding out the perfect weekend was a comeback 5-1 win over Austin Peay. All 5 runs came from a big third inning, sparked by the game-tying homer from Isis Trevisk.
Love to see it. The Tigers pitching staff continues to pose a serious threat to opponents. Auburn leads the Southeastern Conference, holding a 1.17 earned run average, allowing just 10 earned runs 60 innings. Last week's SEC Pitcher of the Week, Maddie Penta, has yet to allow an earned run this season. Auburn is hosting UAB tonight at Jane B. Moore Field for their first midweek game of the season.
Let's do it. And when we come back, we'll take a look at Auburn basketball. You're watching Sports Night in Auburn.
Sports Night in Auburn. Auburn's men's basketball lost another heartbreaker, this time to Vanderbilt 67-65. Despite Katie Johnsen's clutch three-pointer to tie the game with 11 seconds left, Ezra Mansion's last-second layup sealed the win for the Commodores.
So close.
Always. On a more positive note, Janai Broom and Jalen Williams combined for a total of 37 of Auburn's 65 points. And behind that duo was Leor Berman, who added a pair of three-pointers and matched his career high with 8 points off the bench.
At this point last season, Bruce and the boys were en route to winning the SEC, and now the Orange and Blue faithful are just hoping for a spot in the NCAA tournament. Auburn wraps up the last 4 games of their season with a home contest tonight against Ole Miss, followed by back-to-back road matches at Kentucky and at Alabama, then cap off the regular season with a home rematch against Tennessee.
Women's basketball went 1-1 in this past week of gameplay. Last Thursday at home, the girls added to the win column, defeating Texas A&M at home 65-55. This marks the first time in program history that they have beaten the Aggies.
Way to go.
Aisha Koulibaly led the way with 18 points, while Sanaya Wells was 10 for 10 from the line. And
then on Sunday, Coach Jay and the team traveled to Knoxville but could not overcome the Lady Vols, losing 83-76. However, this game was honestly Scott Grayson's best showing in SEC play this season, tallying up 23 points and 5 rebounds. The Tigers' last game of the season is tomorrow night in Athens, taking on the Bulldogs at 6 p.m. Central Time.
Number 7, Auburn Gymnastics fell short to the Tigers from the North on Sunday. The team lost to Missouri 197.450 to 196.550. It was the final rotation, Beam, that sealed the loss with a season-low 48.95 team score. But Cassie Stevens' 9.9 score earned her the Beam title.
Hey.
Suni Lee also claimed the Bars title with a 9.95. Despite the loss, Auburn did leave with the individual all-around title, and no, it was not Suni Lee this time. Instead, it was Sophia Groth.
Boom.
The sophomore scored a season-high 9.9 on floor and a 39.275 overall. The Tigers are back in Neville Arena on Friday night for a 6:30 meet against the number 19 Georgia Bulldogs.
Gymnastics is so fun. Fifth-year gymnast Darian Goborn was one of 39 nominated for the AAI Award, which is an award presented to the nation's most outstanding seniors. In her time on the Plains, the Sarasota native was a 6-time All-American, as well as the 2021 and 22 SEC Coast Specialist of the Year. She became Auburn's first ever national championship back in 2019 when she won a share of the vault title, and she was the national runner-up in 2022 on bars and floor. This award is considered to be the Heisman Trophy of college gymnastics.
Very nice. Women's tennis dominated the weekend, winning both games in Sunday's doubleheader. Number 9 ranked Auburn first took on Belmont. They had a slow start, losing the doubles point to the Bruins, but the Tigers quickly picked up the pace in singles play. The team won all 3 singles matches in just 2 sets. This first match sparked a momentum because the girls went on to win every match they competed in. They defeated the Bruins 6-1.
The team then went on to their second match of the day against the UAB Blazers. Feeling good after the win against Belmont, the Tigers entered their next game with confidence, and they shut out UAB 7-0. Auburn now improves to 9-2 on the season, winning their 4th straight match. They look to continue this streak Saturday when they go on the road to compete against the University of North Florida.
Next up is women's golf. Last Wednesday, the Auburn Tigers wrapped up hosting the Nexus Collegiate in the Bahamas. The team took 4th place, while junior Anna Foster earned a 3rd place finish individually. In their first tournament of 2023, they finished ahead of four top 25 teams, including number 5 South Carolina.
The team then traveled to Melbourne, Florida for the Moon Golf Invitational on Sunday. After 3 days of competition, the Tigers had another fourth-place finish. This gives them their second top-5 finish in just 2 tournaments for 2023. The team looks to head to Hilton Head, South Carolina next for the Darius Rucker Intercollegiate.
Auburn Swim and Dive took a trip to College Station, Texas for the SEC Championship. The men tallied 1,089.5 points to earn a second-place finish, its highest finish since 2016, while the women's 688 points landed them in 7th place. The team earned 3 SEC medals. One in the men's 800 free relay, one in the men's 100-meter backstroke, and another in the women's 100-meter butterfly. 2 of these events set school records. Johnsen, Matthias, Husband, and Gadgard set the men's 800 free relay school record with a time of 6 minutes, 12.39 seconds, and Nate Stoffel set the men's 100-meter backstroke school record with a time of 44.89 seconds. Diver Walton Creedon earned 4th on platform and finals.
And I barely know how to swim. Number 4 Auburn Equestrian got back into its winning ways with a major 14-4 win over number 5 Georgia. Auburn swept the Most Outstanding Performances awards. Freshmen Alexia Tordoff and Caroline Furtenberg took home the awards, reigning and in horsemanship. Respectively, senior Ava Stearns won flats Most Outstanding Performer, and junior Ellie Ferningo picked up Most Outstanding Performer in fences.
Senior Maddie Spock improved to 8-0-1 on the year in horsemanship with a 75.5-74 win over Jordan Davis, tying her career high. Auburn returns to the Auburn University Equestrian Center this Saturday for their toughest meet of the season, a matchup against number 1 SMU.
Should be a good one. And when we get back, we'll dive into Auburn in the NBA. You are watching Sports Night in Auburn.
Welcome back to Sports Night in Auburn. Let's talk about Auburn in the NBA. 3 former Auburn Tigers shined last week during the NBA All-Star Weekend. Starting on Friday night, former teammates Jabari Smith Jr. and Walker Kessler reunited to compete in the Jordan Rising Stars games. Kessler played in the first matchup on Team Deron Williams, while Jabari played in the second matchup for Joakim Noah. Team Deron lost Game 1, but Team Joakim moved on to the top championship. Although both teams ended up losing it all, there were dozens of pictures of the former Tigers together, making Auburn fans everywhere proud.
Enough to put a smile on a grown man's face. However, these two are not just finished. On Saturday night, Walker and Jabari came back out to compete in the Kia Skills Challenge. Kessler represented the Utah Jazz, while Jabari represented the rookies. Walker Kessler competed alongside teammates Jordan Clarkson and Colin Sexton as the hometown team, and they defended their home court, winning the 2023 Skills Challenge, defeating Team Rookies and Team Antetokounmpo. Finally, on Sunday, G League star and former Auburn Tiger Sharif Cooper played in the G League Next Up game. He dominated as he scored a game-high 27 points to help give his team the win.
Nice. That is all we have for you tonight. For more information on Auburn athletics, be sure to check out our website at eagleeyeauburn.com and by following our Twitter at EETV_sports. I'm Alexa Johnson.
And I'm Vince Wolfram. Have a great night, and War Eagle.